But what is the truth? First, the 10.6 billion is not PhilHealth funds.
Who overturned the stop payment
Kasi ang
policy?
kagandahan kasi sana ng Mr. Chair, dahil marami na nag-aabuso at right and left na, at dahil puso ng bawat doktor at ospital ang PhilHealth, the stop payment hurt them to the core. At marami ang lumapit at ang kanilang sinabi, okay, we're going to negotiate, we're going to stop fraudulent claims, we're going to align with the mandate of the Philippine Health Insurance, basta ipagpatuloy nyo na kami. And then nagkaroon ng mga settlement na kumbaga may fines, wala ng kaso, hindi na gagamitin yung mga abogado para pahirapan yung PhilHealth. And that was good. So my question is, why would you overturn something that was helping your institution? And now you start talking about reforms, about cleansing PhilHealth, pretending that you can implement universal health care? My God, that's next to impossible. How can you implement universal health care if you insist and persist to be blind and deaf to what is happening around all of you? So, Mr. Chair, may I request that PhilHealth produce documents that overturned the reforms that I initiated with huge and extreme difficulty in PhilHealth. Napakahirap po, Mr. Chair. Wala po akong sinabi ng mga nakaraang panahon, but my experience as chairman of the board was very difficult. First, board resolutions were not being headed to. Minsan hindi pa pinapasa, nagiging bulag-bulagan at naiipit at pilit na winawala. It is not true na takot sila sa board resolutions, just like what they are saying and pointing to in the case of the senior citizens, because our experience actually points to the fact that many of our decisions, lalong-lalo na yung mga resolution related to fraud, being approved and passed by the board, ay hindi po pinapasa. Hahalungkatin mo pa yung bawat opisina, pupunta ka pa sa kababaan-babaang opisina at hahanapin mo only to find out na, oops, hindi pala in-implement. Ang isasagot sa iyo, ay, ma'am, hindi po nakarating sa opisina namin ang resolution niyo. That can be proven, Mr. Chair, if you look at the reckoning dates by which board resolutions and reforms on PhilHealth were passed, approved by the board, but remained unimplemented. So my next question, Mr. Chair, yung pong ino-audit na ang PhilHealth, right and left po na sinasabi, yung pera ng PhilHealth at yung pera daw ng senior citizens na 10.6 billion was diverted to DOH. Nagulat po ako because it's a big lie. May I inquire from PhilHealth if indeed there was entry of 10.6 billion to the coffers of PhilHealth? Can somebody from the finance department of PhilHealth or somebody from the legal office answer the question?
Sako, you can reply to that.
Mr. Chair, Your Honor, good evening. Based on record of PhilHealth, Your Honor, wala ho kaming natanggap na sinasabi ni Congressman Jerry na 10.6 billion, Your Honor.
Mr. Chair, kung wala naman pala kayong natanggap, why is it that some of you here who are present here now kept on pointing to a 10.6 billion fund that was diverted from PhilHealth to DOH? Bakit pilit na gumagawa kayo ng mga kasinungalingan para pagtakpan ang mga pinaggagawa ng iilan?
Would you know in particular who came out with a statement on that?
John Basa, I also saw Ish in many of the meetings in Senate and even here, And in fact, they had presentations to the board, explaining to the board na kaya walang pondo yung PhilHealth kasi dinivert daw sa DOH. Naniwala naman yung presidente during that time, si Dr. De La Serna, and their attention were diverted to issues that were actually non-existent. And that was
So,
why
I'm sorry, Dr. Vargas was quoted as saying that the 10.6
he was present in those meetings and during the times that the allegations, and I think he was the one who was always at the side of Dr. De La Serna.
but it was Dr. De La Serna.
The whole board was made to believe that it was inexistent, and during that time, I don't know, maybe like the people who were feeding the board wrong information ended up being promoted, Mr. Chair. Konsensya na po nila yun kung hindi nila aminin kasi nakikita na naman bakit yung iba dito ay nagkaroon ng mabilisan na promotion. And now some of them are senior vice presidents. Anyway, Mr. Chair, I just brought that out in the open because that is how strong the real mafia is. Kaya nilang gumawa ng kwento, kaya nilang magkunyari na may perang pumasok, kaya nilang magsabing may mga legal na basihan maski wala, at kaya nilang mag-implement ng batas maski hindi pa batas. So ang last question is this. Paulit-ulit po kasi, nung inaudit ang PhilHealth, paulit-ulit pong rason ng ginawa na ninakawan ko raw ng 10.6 billion ang PhilHealth at nilipat sa DOH. For the record, Mr. Chair, that is a big lie. But this lie was made because there was collusion among officers in PhilHealth to divert the attention of the board. Bago kasi mga dumating na board dinivert yung attention para hindi nila malaman yung katotohanan. But what is the truth? First, the 10.6 billion is not PhilHealth funds. Yung totoo po dyan, Mr. Chair, I'm saying this because I learned we have new members of the board. I had 3 representations before the Department of Budget and Management during that time. Because the officers of PhilHealth told me, mauubos ang pondo dahil hindi sila binabayaran ng DBM. So I went to DBM, very proud, asking for the payment. Nagagalit na nga ako, sabi ko, bayaran na yung PhilHealth. To my surprise, on the 3rd meeting, para po akong binuhusan ng boiling water. Nanliit po ako at nahiya ako sa sarili ko. Because DBM told me front, ma'am, pwede ka naming makausap, wala kang mga kasama dito sa maliit na kwarto. And they showed me, gusto rin man namin bayaran yung sinasabing 10 points, malaki po yun, I think 30 billion. Itong mga iba, hindi ito totoong miyembro. At ito yung pinapabayaran ng miyembro para i-justify yung 10.6 billion because it's the DSM program fund. Laking gulat ko nung makita ko that the list of members there are existing members. Ibig sabihin, miyembro na, ginawa pa ulit na miyembro. Binago-bago lang yung mga pangalan. This is the worst thing. They carve out the names of the dependents of PhilHealth members. Ibig sabihin, kung si Congressman Mike Defensor, meron siyang akasawa, Mrs. Danica Fernandez, example lang po yan. Ay hindi, Defensor mag-asawa pala, dapat parang apelyido, sorry. So, yung mag-asawa, meron yung mga anak. At yung mga anak, miyembro ng PhilHealth kasi anak nila. Kinuha yung mga pangalan ng mga anak o kinuha yung mga pangalan ng mga asawa at nire-enroll. Ano po ang direksyon nun? Gusto lang kunin ang pera sa DBM, but there will be no new enrollments, no new members, because they just want to get the money para pagtakpan yung mga nawawalang pera sa PhilHealth. And lastly, Mr. Chair, I would very much like to initiate again reforms in PhilHealth. So if the honorable officers of PhilHealth here can bring out all the reforms we did, put it back, do not deceive the members of the board Do not deceive the PhilHealth president. Dahil paulit-ulit po ito na nangyayari. This is worse than a pandemic because the pandemic comes every 100 years. Sa inyo, every time may bagong nahapon, dinideceive nyo. Mr. Chair, I have two very important proposals to cleanse PhilHealth. And almost all of you here are aware of that. First, individual enrollment. Pagkapanganak, miyembro. Pag namatay, tanggal sa lista. Meron naman tayong National Statistic Authority Pwedeng mas mababa ang premium. That's why we incorporated that in the 2017 proposed budget. I was the one who defended the PhilHealth budget for 2017, kaya yan lumaki because computed doon individual membership. When I left, they pretended it was forgotten. Kasi ang totoo lang, there is a study in PhilHealth, marami yung hindi enrolled. Kasi kapag ikaw ay minor at naging sobra ka na at 21 years old, natatanggal ka na din sa membership ng magulang mo. Pagka ako in-member, dahil dependent ako ng asawa ko, nawalan ng trabaho yung asawa ko, wala na rin akong membership. So let's do it individual para mawala yung mga pangalan dyan na hindi totoong tao. O mga totoong tao pero ginawan ng pangalan 2 beses, 3 beses, 5 beses. Next, you have to outsource your legal office and your finance department should be independently seen. IT, yes, it has been always a problem, but most of it is intentional. When we tried to automate PhilHealth, kaliwat kanan na bugbog, ang suntok-suntok ang natanggap ko. Bottom line is this. Since 2001, I was not yet in Congress. I stood up and fought against cataract fraud, citing the collusion between Philippine Postal Office and some officers of PhilHealth. Nagkaroon ng Seacrest report. It is a Bible indicating how fraud is being done. Unfortunately, all of the copies are missing up to this point of time. That study was commissioned by DOH in the early 2000s. Nagkaroon ng reforms ng 2004, nawala ulit, binalik yung reforms ng 2006, nawala ulit, binalik yung reforms ng 2014 and 15, nawala ulit. It will always be a repeated cycle. Talking about universal healthcare law, Mr. Chair, napakaganda ng batas na ito. But that will lead us to nowhere. If the people who has been continuously deceiving the minds of those who does not understand health financing, wala tayong mapupuntahan.
We have a curfew.
Yes, Mr. Chair, did you ever do cash advance refund for Yolanda? Kasi yan ang talaga yung reason. Okay.
May cash
the reason-
advance po ba sa Yolanda? Yung ginagawa natin ngayon sa
IRM.
COVID, sa IRM.
May IRM din po in 2013 for the Yolanda.
May cash advance po.
How did we...
Ang sinasabi nyo kasi, nag-IRM kayo kasi ginagawa na yan dati pa. By the term alone, interim reimbursement mechanism. Cash advance is never a mode of payment in any insurance facility. It is not a mechanism of payment in PhilHealth. I am 2,000% sure of that. So ngayon, ba't mo sinasabi na meron ng IRM dati? Nagkaroon ba ng precedence? Was there ever a cash advance released during calamities? Mr. Chair, I don't think we will get the right answers. I just do hope that we will all have the conscience to cleanse PhilHealth. I rest my case. Maraming salamat po.
Thank you, Honorable Garin. I think it's very clear yung pinopoint